Drexel Blätter. Oh, schon wieder länger nicht mehr. So. Na, wen haben wir denn da? Also, eigentlich schon meine Lieblingspärchen aus von Class 7. Sind die auch auf der Fresstour? Alter, warum sind alle Puppen und Homuncuли so verfressen? I mean, erst Lapis, Alter, Miriam. I mean, Miriam wissen wir aber. What's wrong with all the artificial humans? Aber ich kann's verstehen. Ich mag es auch, Dinge auszuprobieren. Okay, das mit dem Anti-Pairing mag ich aber auch sehr. Ich finde einfach den Kontrast zwischen den beiden so geil, wie Miriam halt einfach so ein bisschen so richtig hyperactive und so richtig so emotional und einfach so, die einfach so alles rausschreit, was gerade so im Kopf kommt. Und Athena ist halt immer sehr calculating und halt manchmal relativ kalt, was das angeht, aber dieser Kontrast ist halt nice. I didn't expect you all to come this early. We were going around gathering info when we happened to see you here. Elise wanted to help us out too, so that's why she is here. I'll do my best not to trouble you. I don't think there's any chance of that. You'll be a fine help. If you need anything, just lean on me. Thank you, I will. I think anyone can tell Elise is going to be a more reliable asset than you here. Rude! Seeing that the store together takes me back to the summer festival. Was it only a few short months ago? Feels like so much longer. Can't imagine chooses what Rufus is doing coming either. He has to be weighing heavily on him. But at least he has Miriam to help take his mind off of it. See? Man sieht die Expression hier von Miriam, man muss einfach nur Altina angucken. Come on! Give Big City some love! Please remove yourself from around my neck. We haven't seen each other in forever. It's barely been 2 weeks. That's 2 whole weeks! She whines, but she's not trying to escape. This is how it always is with them now. Hey, do you want to try some gelato or ice cream for one of the stalls? I'll treat you. The big ice cream is super rich and tasty. I'll pass. I need to leave room for lunch. Oh, you're never gonna grow any bigger if you only eat the bare minimum, Tilly. I've gained another egg on you since our last update. At this rate, you're gonna need heels to get anywhere close to my height. But then again, I am older, so maybe I've earned it. One ice cream cone, please, with 5 scoops. You only allow 3 scoops next to them, then I would take 3, but I appreciate it if you made them as big as possible. She really doesn't want to lose this thing they've got going on, huh? Anyway, are you guys gathering intel or just on a date? You're standing idly, and we were certainly not on a date. We've been looking into the flow of goods in the capital. Explain why you're visiting multiple shops and stalls. But if you don't then, Well, it seems like there's a lot of groups buying stuff in bulk lately. All kinds of stuff too. Food, ornaments. It's almost like they're getting ready for something. That is unusual. I could get panic buying in response to Crossbow's occupation, but lately implies before that. Yeah, the war's over and winter's still far off, so it can't be stocking up for the weather. The buyers themselves are suspicious sorts. When we started looking into them in detail, we discovered they were either startups or foreign. And they all appear to exist in name only. It only adds to the mystery. Oh, you already done with your ice cream? Wasn't it good? Yes, I have to admit that. Ahem. You're not here to discuss ice cream. If the buyers exist in name only, could we be dealing with cases of fraud? Actually, no. The transactions are legitimate. The sellers received their money, and the goods were dispatched. But the other significant mystery is that there is no record of where any of these goods ended up. The intelligence division has tried tracking some of these orders, but it just get forwarded all over the place before disappearing along with other orders like this. They may have had better luck if they marked an order from the moment it's placed, but alas... Right, by the time they realize they're dealing with another one of these, the transaction's already long done. So do we think whoever's doing this has gathered all the stuff they needed by now? Probably. Sounds as though we are dealing with some very skilled criminals. Perhaps the reborn Imperial Liberation Front is hoarding supplies? What is it? Nothing worthy of note. I was just wondering if it perhaps may lead to Crossbow's new supreme leader instead. Well, it could. Just cannot fathom why my brother would be so foolish. Before he'd finally learned his lesson. It makes no sense to me either. I haven't known him for that long, even if we were both Ironbloods, but after we beat him in the Imperial Fortress, he seemed pretty much done. I think we were all under the same impression. Anyway, speculating on what he's trying to do serves us no purpose in the now. Regardless of his reasons, I'll be sure to right his wrongs as his brother. I'm sorry you're going through this, Jules. Again. Right now, our primary focus isn't him, but a missing prince and princess. That doesn't mean we can't afford to turn a blind eye to Crossbow, mind. I'm just not sure whether the crisis there and their disappearance are connected in any way. But whatever the answer is, when our focus inevitably turns to him, we won't be alone in confronting him. So don't try running off alone, alright? Don't worry, I won't dare. I'm well aware that there's only so much I can do alone. Good, cause your friends are here to help you in times of need. And you definitely need us here. Adam, should we get back to gathering information? It would be wise. The more we can find, the better. Let's go, go, go! Me and the little bunny is ready to go. Indeed, we can't let the rest of Class 7 be the only ones working hard. And I will be for whatever you need. So. Man kann von ihr die Recipe sich holen. Ist keine Inside-Info. Und man hat hier theoretisch halt dann noch einen Fishing-Spot. Da.
王城か。陛下や皇妃殿下もさぞ気に病まれているだろうな。
姫様も女学院では気丈にされていましたが。
とっとと王子たちを探し出しゃいいだけだろ。
はい、私も力を尽くします。
Gut, gehen wir zum Butterpark. So.
マーテル公園。帝都市民の憩いの場ですね。
俺もたまに昼寝に来たりするな。ってこの演奏は
綺麗な音色ですね。
どうやら早速見つけられたみたいだな。
Spielt die Musik nicht? Man kann sich eine Recipe holen. Also im Grundspiel das Violinenkram
のど
nicht.
かな場所だよな。学生時代の実習ではいろいろあったが。
私と姫様がかどわかされたりも、今となっては懐かしいくらいですけど。前々から思っていましたが、エリゼさん結構タフですよね。
Ich finde das weird, warum die Musik nicht kommt. Ich stelle das noch einmal reloaden, beziehungsweise ich gehe mal richtig hier rein. Okay, also eigentlich sollte man das Violin spielen hören von denen. Keine Ahnung, warum es nicht spielt. Ah, jetzt. It's quite a good. Yes, this tune. Not bad. This looks like so much fun. I've come at the perfect time then. Let's go get a better view. I don't know if we could have given a better performance. It may have been our best one yet. Oh, but there's always room for improvement.
でも僕も同じ気持ちかな。ここまでアンサンブルが綺麗にはまることもめったにないからね。
You got me there. I don't think we had a singing note out of sync, did we? Nope, we were all feeling it to the point where it felt natural to place one. I think you two were so into it that you forgot we had an audience. I sure should be proud of losing myself like that. But when it's just you and the music, there's no better feeling in the world. Well, I give you a pass this time. As long as our audience was happy, then that's all that really matters. And they were very happy. You know, we wouldn't be having moments like these at all if not for you two. Yeah, if you hadn't shown up when you did. The experience gave me a real wake-up call on just how much power music can have. It's up to us to decide how to use that power, be it for good or for ill. We had that we decided last year. Can't believe we tried to take such a beautiful thing and twist it to inspire war. What were you thinking? Whatever it was, it's in the past now. Exactly, you're back to your old selves now, right? A good thing too, cause the day wouldn't have gone nearly as well without you. Yeah, could never dream of being how I was. Now we can take what we've learned and focus on bettering both ourselves and the world as musicians. You almost make it sound like you would be flying circus around me if I don't pick up the slack. Then we just have to keep up the pace. Oops, I sidetracked. I spotted a few familiar faces among the audience and meant to say hello sooner. Oh yeah, your friends from Forest, right? We should say hello together. Yeah, let's go.
ごめん、待たせたね。みんな元気そうで何よりだよ。演奏の方はどうだった？改めてリーンたちの率直な感想が聞きたいんだけど。
Thought it was brilliant. We're in perfect harmony with one another. I was genuinely speechless. Yeah, almost serious that I wasn't able to catch the start of it.
それはよかった。
Thought we did well too, but it's nice hearing it wasn't just in our heads. I see you found Juices familiar. Indeed, we met not too long before coming here. Oh, it's in the party? Now we're all together. So it feels like we dragged you over our way. Is this the first time you've seen each other as a whole? Oh no, we had a glass reunion not too long ago. We just haven't had a chance to play together in ages. Couldn't pass it up with all of us being in Heimdall now. The rail company started up a small orchestra and I couldn't resist applying since I used to work there. Then one of Morris joined it too, so here we are. Oh, I didn't know they started one. Imagine you would have to be top notch to be accepted. Yeah, it wasn't easy getting accepted, let me tell you. But hey, we can't let idiots show us up all the time, so it was worth the hustle. That makes sense. I'm just glad you found a way to keep playing music that makes you happy. And the thing that will make me happy is the 4 of us going on a tour together in the future, so I hope we can. Really? Because my bag's already packed. Do you guys just forget what we were talking about? He can do what he likes, but we have to work around the orchestra's schedule. Ugh. I'm sure we can figure something out, though. By the way, I wasn't expecting to see Elise with you. How are you? I'm doing well, thank you. Your classes are sorely missed. Haven't done that many, but that's still nice of you to say. What? You're a teacher? I think the girls mentioned that to me, come to think of it. You're a music lecturer at St. Australia, correct? Professional, but yeah. I'm still learning the ropes to showing the ropes, but it's been a lot of fun so far. Oh, I want you to teach me music, Elliot. I'm amazing half all the time, but I can see you having a knack for it. I can't believe you get to instruct at an all-girls school too. It always manages to luck out in life, huh? If you could lecture at St. Australia just once would be enough. I hope you never will if you think he's lucking out. Uh-huh. Oh, is that a time? Should probably get going. Reverie wants us to start rehearsing at their flagship store. Yeah, I'm gonna see you guys around. Have fun with the rest of your time in Heimdall. Make sure they do. Hope rehearsal goes well. See you later. Well, I guess it's time we got started. We managed to gather some useful information. That was fast. Where from? Spoke to a few fans and hit up some connections at the music academy. It seems Imperial Army soldiers have been spotted in town a lot more than usually these days. And whatever they're meeting up here for, it's not on the docket. That is suspicious. I called Dad to see if he knew anything about it, but no luck there. Sounds like the prince's disappearance is top secret even when you go pretty high up. I got a feeling he knows something though, just that he wasn't sharing. It's very odd for soldiers to be having secret meetings or in uniform. It's possible they're foreign spies disguising themselves as soldiers. But I don't see what they would stand to gain from their actions. Yeah, I don't think it's that deep. I'm a fash on this one. It wouldn't shock me if they were still in uniform right off the clock because they were short on time. Something bothering you, Elise? There it is, but I'd like to get my thoughts in order a little more before sharing. Oh, alright then. All you got now is that something smells fishy. Lady Oria's instincts were absolutely onto something, yeah. It's too early to say for certain if any of this is related to C, but we should keep that at the back of our minds just in case. Right, you never know when the pieces will start coming together. The investigation continues then. Ja, let's keep our eyes peeled. Oh ja. Das heißt, ich equip euch auch mal. Ich werde euch nur jetzt nicht groß aktiv in der Party nutzen, das wird das Ding. Komm. So, hier wäre noch Fishing Spot. Warum man das mit blau markiert ist. Ist normalerweise nicht mit blau markiert. Aber naja. So. Oh, wait. Charlotte and Juta, was macht ihr hier? The concert was great. I never cared about music before, but that was awesome. You had a big smile on my face the whole time we were listening. The music might have made me feel 50 years younger. Thank you for bringing us to this beautiful park, Charlotte. Your father, Count Lagman, was it? For letting us accompany you. It's Count Rackham, Grandma. I didn't realize there would be an outdoor concert today, but I'm still glad you're enjoying yourselves. believe we met those in Rocker and Orders, didn't we? Yeah, Judah and the rich girl. Are you bringing your whole family on a date for Dampus? Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing here, Ash? It's good to see you all again. There are reservations about the very same thing, but Charlotte told me a good turn in health worth celebrating, so she invited us all to this wonderful place. To make it clear, this wasn't intended to be a date, if it's quite a well-known spot for couples. Emma, Ash, stop giving everybody the wrong idea. Oh, Judah and Charlotte have both gone redder than a Tomartian. But you two think you're being real cute now with your flirting, huh? Eh, anything's better than those gloomy faces you had on during the war. Ich mag aber nur den kleinen Sideplot mit Charlotte und Judah, to be honest. Ist genauso wie mit Cheryl und, oh, wie hieß er? Geises Bruder. Thomas. So. And just like that, we got the band back together. I guess so. So any luck gathering info? Yeah, now would be a good time to compare what we found. Okay, so how about we meet at a cafe inside the department store? Good idea, let's head there now. Sie und Spin sind gerade da.
気のせいか。
兄様どうかしましたか？
いや、なんでもない。
It's a little early, but heck, I'm down for lunch. Okay, tea time. How about you take me a time? William, I think you've eaten enough. More than enough. Nicole? Representative Regnitz. Greetings, Sween. Apologies for contacting you out of the blue like this. I was wondering if by chance you might have met with the rest of Class 7 by now. We did get together with the investigation crew in the capital not too long ago, in fact. I think you have some idea of what's going on with us. More or less, but not like back when the intelligence bureau was under direct control of the government. Man, that's why that we have a direct line to the head of the government, huh? True. To be honest, ja. Und das halt auch nicht nur in Erebonia, sondern auch in Crossbell. Also, mit McDowell und theoretisch mit Rufus? Also ja. About that, there's a matter of utmost importance I must discuss with you all. Assuming you haven't eaten yet, I would love to discuss it over lunch. Great timing, let's all grab a bite together. It will be our pleasure. Much appreciated. I'll be waiting at the Himmel Hotel in Garnier District. By the way, kleiner Callback dann jetzt zu Caesar Out, wo Nadia gesehen hat, als Regnitz weggelaufen ist von zu Hause. Da ist er gerade auf dem Weg zu der Himmel gewesen, wo sie sich schon gewundert hat. Wer könnte einfach den, ja, Ed von Gauner kauen und ja, dass sich sogar darüber im Kopf macht, dass er nicht sogar zu spät kommt. Wir werden Crash Samuel noch treffen werden. Aber ja. Und Nadia hat auch kurz angemerkt, dass sie in der Himmel rumgelaufen ist. Warum sollte hier eine Wache vor der Tür stehen? Welche Person braucht das wohl? Weil wir werden es gleich sehen, aber ja. Das sind die zwei Sachen, die Nadia mitbekommen haben, die eigentlich genau uns betreffen. Oh, and please don't fear us. I have plenty of time. Right, thank you as always. Representative Agnes wants to discuss something with us directly. Perhaps he's learned something pertaining to the incident. By the way, I think you can count on something juicy. Der Himmel, right? It's a fancy hotel in the Garnier district. Lunch at a hotel, huh? Consider me pumped. How about you, Juices? Please, I'm begging you. Don't forget your table manners. Seems we still have a bit of free time. It would be best to tie up any loose threads now while we have the chance. Right, this could be a golden opportunity to investigate the Garnier district. And so is it. Let's head to the hotel. Yep. So auch der kleine Nord so von wegen, Dorothy Sidequest, wenn du jetzt mit mehr Leuten sie machen willst. Da uns das aber egal ist, gehen wir direkt hin.
つけられている気配はないな。なら、さっきのは一体。
兄様、何かあったんでしょうか?
Weil du sie und Spin bemerkt hast. Oder zumindest gespürt hast. So, man kann die Machete hier kaufen, haben wir schon mit Nadia gemacht. Shared Inventory haben, ne? Man kann sich Strawberry Crab kaufen, das wird extra gesagt. Und...
Yoshi.
Gut. So, dann schon mal eine kleine Information. Nach den Cutscenes, die wir jetzt haben, hätten wir sozusagen dann den Route-Block für Reen. Zum einen wegen Reverie Corridor, weil dann sozusagen der Reverie Corridor auf seiner Seite passieren würde. Darüber haben wir schon mal geredet. Und zum anderen Intersection mit Sea Route in speziellen Nadja und Lapis sind ja auch gleich hier. Dementsprechend ja. Scheduled to have lunch with Representative Regnitz at his hotel. Still have some time to spare, but I wonder if you should head in early. Entering the hotel will cause the main story to advance. Kanal will become inaccessible, as will any supplements yet to be seen. Und ja, wen treffen wir hier drin? Neben Governor Regnitz. Thank you for coming. Well, thank you for inviting us. Alvin is back. Also ja. Der Grund, warum Regnitz hierher gerusht ist und sich gewundert hat, was er in der Zeit schafft, ist wegen Alvin. Und deswegen stand auch hier die Wache.
お待ちしておりました。
アルフィン殿下。
姫様、どうしてこちらに？それはこちらのセリフでもあるのだけど、お兄様たちのためにエリゼにまで危険な役目を負わせることになるなんて。その姫様に相談もせずに行動してしまってすみ本当に水臭いんだから。でもありがとうエリゼ、力になってくれて本当に嬉しいわ。
Adorable.
姫様、それはともあれ、レーグニッツ代表閣下からお話を伺い、私も同席させていただくことにしました。他ならぬ兄夫妻が巻き込まれてしまった事件、この機会にぜひ皆さんと情報交換させてください。
もちろんです。
こちらこそお願いします。
This has come to a fine resolution, but it won't do to begin discussion on an empty stomach. Why don't we have some lunch first? You don't hear any objections from me? I could definitely use a bite. That really hit the spot. Can hardly believe you finished it all. This stomach really is a void. I'd like to see who can eat more between you and Maya. Can't blame you though. The quality of a first-class hotel's food is not to be underestimated. Yeah, I don't think I'd get to come to a place like this on my food tour. You must have really liked it too until you ate a ton. Well, I'm a growing girl just as much as you. Well, I'm glad you both enjoyed it. Shall we all get down to business then? First, I want us to discuss the disappearance of the prince and the new princess. Ach stimmt, Shara ist ja eine Prinzessin jetzt. like literally. If what we have now, we believe it to be the work of a terrorist who goes by sea. I wish we could say more about him, but I'm afraid we know very little. Just that they're the leader of a so-called Reborn Imperial Liberation Front. They also look slightly different from the sea we dealt with in the past. Speaking of which, I'd like your take on the matter, Irene. Do you believe the new sea and the original sea are one and the same? I admit I haven't been able to get in touch with Crow to confirm for sure, but I'm convinced that no, they are not the same person. I was thinking the same. The new one has mimicked the original style in the statement, but I think Crow has left those days behind for good. It's a relief to you feel that way. Seems like a safe bet, yeah. As for the contents of their statement, they refer directly to His Highness. Our first target was the foolish prince and his wings, now bound to inaction. Let's make it quite clear that they were responsible for the abduction. I would assume wings refer to the courageous. Vast as the Empire is, now they are able to keep a ship of that size hidden from sight is quite a mystery in itself. Yeah, it might have stealth capabilities, but it can only go so far on its own. It's impressive they've managed to keep its location from the intelligence division, even if it isn't at its former size. Me and Tilly are still in it though. So you heard any new statements from C? I'm afraid not. That's the only one. I've been trying to investigate this matter as best we can, but our foe is quite cunning. They won't let themselves be caught so easily. If only. Given the nature of this crime, we will need to be exceptionally covered during our investigation. But naturally, the government cannot and will not leave this case unresolved. And you will have our full backing however you choose to go about this. If you're in need of the military police assistance, you need only ask. Thank you, Your Excellency. Next, I would like to discuss my primary reason for summoning you here. That be the information you said you wanted to share when you called? That it would. This information was given to me by General Van Dyke, but Princess Alphine and Elise have also verified it with their own experiences. Really? Does this relate to the thing you were concerned about when you met with Elliot? Yeah, it does. Allow me to explain. The students of Saint Estrella come from many different backgrounds. If you have many families in the military, including officers and generals, that in itself isn't a problem. What is that many of these military family members have been reportedly acting strangely of late. In what way? I was hearing rumors about it when I was at the school too. Most of them are seemingly foremost and young officers who idolize the late Chancellor. It's as if they refuse to settle back into normality after the war's end. They are still addressing others with deep aggression and are clearly very unhappy with the current state of the Empire. But the thing that concerns us most of all is their reaction to Cosper's reoccupation. They are not all angry with the idea of a united nation. It's the opposite, in fact. They are in full support of it. That is not good. That's an understatement. What other insanity? The success of a united nation would also mean the end of Erebonia. Precisely. I'm a reformist, but supporting such an extreme concept is nothing short of baffling to me. According to General Van Dyke, some of them have been showing worrying signs of plotting something in light of this. Exactly what that something is in detail, he has yet to confirm. It kinda ties up with what me, Juices, and Elliot found out too. Yep. Oh, could you tell me what you've discovered? Group shared their findings with Representative Ragnus. Soldiers holding current meetings in the city and large amounts of supplies disappearing. It wouldn't surprise me if members of the army were defecting to the urban defense force. I think we need to look into potential points of contact between them. Agreed, I think we also got a clearer picture of what's been going on here after sharing all we know. For the pieces we currently have together, the muck and the mire that gathers in the Remedian city, from the statement, refers to the defecting members of the army. That makes sense. The statement did mention it would see those who supported the United Nations pay for their crimes. Guess it's all falling into place then. If there really are rebels in the army and punishing them is C's goal, then who we find first doesn't really matter because the other will be there. How convenient for us. Yeah, sure is. I'm glad I was able to help you put you on the right track. Guess everyone always comes through in the end. Your Highness? Pardon me. You don't have to worry. I'm hardly the only one for whom life is difficult right now. I'm sure that if I were to ask you to rest, you wouldn't listen. But please, at least be a little gentler to yourself, Your Highness. But the great mental burden of not knowing where a family is safe and well is not to be underestimated. Them being missing also means you have to carry on with the work that would normally be given to them. You're going through too much for one to handle right now. If you're feeling at all unwell, we would like for you to consider taking some time off. I couldn't possibly. I'm in full agreement. Taking care of yourself is as much a part of your duties as working. While you do that, we will see to it these crimes are solved. You have our words. I do what I can in your stead. And I will see that Prince Olivier and Lady Sherazade are brought home as soon as possible. You can put your trust in us. I suppose you're right. Perhaps resting is as much part of my duties as well. Heart is breaking for you, Your Highness. No one should have to handle a burden like this alone. I'm sorry, that wasn't my intention.
別に構いません。私のことをいつも気遣ってくださってありがとうございます。
I'm glad. And you won't have to worry, Your Excellency. We're still not sure exactly how the situation stands in Crossbill, but I'm sure Marcus is just fine. I concur. It'll take more than this to make him lose heart. Thank you both. I've also put similar faith in my son. I'm sure he's doing everything he can on the inside to see justice prevail. As are Alisa and Towa. I think we all feel the same way. They ain't got nothing to worry about as long as they have Supermaid with them. True. Actually, true. And we a whole super crew, so if they got things covered, then so do we. That's right. Thank you all for your time. I'm glad we could exchange information. It's a very worthwhile meeting. We ought to make our way back to the palace. Be careful on your journey, everyone. And I'm counting on you, Elise. Thank you, Uranus. Good luck. I'm always available if you need to get in touch. Should we get going too then? Ja, let's. So, hier wäre jetzt normalerweise der Punkt, dass Serene gleich merken würde, was ist dieser komische Spiegel in meiner Tasche. Ich call das jetzt schon mal out. Und dann gehen wir mal rein. Choosing to continue will cause the main story to advance. It will also not be possible to go any further in the story for a brief period. Wird es schon, weil wir haben alle Triggers dafür bereit. Party's investigation began anew. His pawn has been suspended for now. Other routes must be transferred before it can continue.